Welcome guys to a hugely requested series which is going to be my very first how-to tutorial on one of my Let's Builds. Now as you can see, I've built us this huge kind of castle-like factory in which is going to host all of my how-to videos. So as we come down this huge corridor, we get to our first video, which is going to be the Jurassic Park main gate, and we're going to build this block for block, so any of you guys who want to follow along with these builds can build it in your own games. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this series, and it's currently like a bit of an experiment. I've never done an episode like this before, so I hope you enjoy it, and let's begin. Okay guys, so here we go. Now this is a brand new way of recording for me. I don't normally kind of record the narration on the spot. I do that in editing. So you're gonna have to bear with me on this front, guys. You know, I've not really done it this way before. But at the same time, I do want to still have that open dialogue with you guys, you know, kind of conversation. So I'm not going to be sat here listing like counting blocks and that kind of stuff. But this is still very much going to be a little one-to-one tuition of how to build this gate. So as you can see, we open here with this little template I've done, and this is just so it matches up with the actual build we saw in Let's Build Jurassic Park, and it's more for my sake really, just to make sure I get everything to scale. So what you can see, these two red little woolen blocks are the actual they're the main struts that hold up the gate, and this orange arc is the length of kind of the Jurassic Park title that goes between it. So we're going to begin with the actual struts themselves. So we're going to use these stone walls, stone stairs here, and these kind of work as they give the kind of structural integrity to what we expect within Jurassic Park. You know, it's this big grand amusement park, and I want to make sure this build looks as if it could stand in real life. So we're going to fill this in here and like kind of start building on that really nice strong kind of sense. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to this block here, and this block is actually, we're going to make this 27 blocks high. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and then put another block on there just to make sure we've done it right. So there we have 27 blocks high. You can already see we're actually getting quite close to the roof. So we're now going to work our way off this. So we're going to come in here and actually just fill this up completely and kind of start working on that frame. And now what you're going to want to do is actually just remove this for counting's sake. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go across from here and do another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to come in again and do 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finally one last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we have this, and now what we're going to do is just come on and smoothen this off with some stone brick stairs. You know, these we're using very much the same bricks all the way through this build. And now what we're actually going to do is, just for height's sake, we're going to add one extra block to the top there and make that 28 high, just to keep that kind of continuity throughout there. So now what we're going to then do is kind of come in here and add in stone stairs kind of coming out this way. So we're going to add these in all the way up until this point here. Actually, we've already put it in, so we're going to build it like this. If we just zoom out, you got a nice view, because then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and then we're going to start filling up this big kind of, you know, empty space we've got. So this is going to be filled up all the way to basically the top stair we just placed in. So up, and then like so. So now we're getting that, you know, real feel. You know, this is really starting to come along. So now what we're going to have to do is then obviously just replicate this on this side. So yeah, again, we're just going to place these here, and then in the usual style to my Let's Build, you've just seen me fill that in. So here we go. And there we go. And now you'll notice I've added in a torch into my inventory here, and that's because we're going to work on kind of those fiery torches that surround the gate itself within Jurassic Park. So we're going to come in here and level ourselves up, and then put one block here, and then build these up to make them look like a nice, you know, kind of the torch shape we expect. We can't obviously use big Minecraft fires, because that would cause havoc. Like, you'd have to build a big blocky thing. We kind of want to keep this nice and minimal and small. So now we're going to come down here and build another one in, just a couple of blocks below. And that keeps a 2-block gap between the top two. But now the next one, we're actually going to have to put a bigger gap in of 5 blocks. So we're just going to come down here and count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you can imagine the torch going there. So we're going to stick that there, and then place on the torch like that. And then we've got those kind of fiery, kind of, you know, torch-like things you expect. Now, for this side, you just want to mirror that, guys, obviously. And then you're going to have the second pillar. And there's the second pillar in place. Now, like I say, just mirror that over. And now we're going to put in those top fires. So you're going to place like a netherite block here. And then because that looks a bit ugly and a bit kind of vulgar and red, and stands out quite a bit too much, we then surround it in trapdoors. Just to give that kind of nice, professional kind of look, really. You know, it doesn't look like we've just thrown a bit of netherrack on top. It just gives it that extra bit of consideration, which I think, you know, obviously hugely important with this sort of style build. So now we've got to work on the centerpiece. So what I mean by centerpiece is that big archway, you know, with the Jurassic Park title on it. So you're going to come to your top here and count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the 6th and 7th block, you're going to put in 2 of these here. And now getting this as a nice smooth archway is very important. So we're going to use, kind of combine these half slabs as well. And just give it that, like kind of smooth arcing nature across here. So we're going to then kind of build this nice kind of subtle climb. So by combining them together like so, this really nice thing coming along. So then we're going to come up here and count across in the middle here, 5 blocks like so, and then we're going to come under here and count across another 5 just to even it out, and build across like this. Now we're going to have to just duplicate this on this side, so we're going to put in this here, the 2 blocks like so, and then slowly, you know, we're kind of combining, and the overall kind of design is what we recognize from those iconic films. So now we're just going to come in under here and add in this one little final detail, which is a lower bit that in the film would say, you know, Jurassic Park, like this would be the park bit on the low, but obviously Minecraft's limitations mean we can't actually put those words in. So now we're going to knock the holes in, so kind of where the writing would go. So we're going to put them there. You can see we've just got these blocks here. Now, you don't have to put these blocks in the same order I do. It just, you know, it's kind of meant to symbolize, you know, what we know as saying Jurassic Park. Like, anybody coming and looking at this gate should be able to recognize that this is Jurassic Park. You know, I should identify with that straight away. So now what we have to put in are those 2 huge wooden doors. So, to start them off, we're going to get the right materials and work on the frame here. So now, with fences in hand, we're going to build kind of like the arm of the door, you know, the bit where it swings. So we're going to come up here, and straight from the ground, we're going to go all the way up to that Jurassic Park title we just built. You know, I'm going to fill that whole kind of space here, and then from underneath, we're going to place one of these pieces of wood here, and then again climb all the way up, and then when you get to the top, you want to have one pointing outwards like that, just for the sake of kind of contrast and kind of mixing up the variety. And then, with this already in place, so we'll knock it away again for counting's sake, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to put in a stair here just to smoothen it off a little bit, and then climb all the way back down again to the ground and bring this across. And then you can see we're starting to get this kind of door frame in. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring these out here, and we're going to start working on just the inner of this frame. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to use stairs upside down like this, and then we'll do them at the top as well. So it's probably better doing it that way, yep. So we put them in the top here, and then bring them along, and then obviously we want to fill up this whole door frame here. And then this kind of, it obviously doesn't make the door any more functional or anything, but it adds a bit of depth into it. And again, depth is something, you know, in Minecraft, because of the limitations of blocks and that way, depth is a great way to give the illusion of detail. You know, you're kind of building up this kind of block over block over block, and then from a distance you kind of look at it and think, you know, that looks really detailed, when in reality it's not detailed, it's just, yeah, got a lot going on. So now we have this kind of little arc here, this little lip, so then we're going to use fences again, not where the stairs are actually, and we're going to bring them all the way up, block to block, and again, miss out that last stair here, and then it kind of looks like we've got this thing where the door could swing open. Now, even though we don't really see this bit here, you know, it's good to make sure we've put detail all around. So we're going to do a nice frame of fences. So we're going to frame it all the way around like this, and then climb up. Oh, my bloody flying skills. So we're going to climb all the way up, and then we're going to do 2, 2, and then 1. So we've got this nice little arc like this. In fact, we'll knock it away like that. So we've got this nice little arch here. So again, we're going to come down. So we've got 2, 2, and then 1. And we've got this nice detailed frame. And obviously then, the same way we did the pillar, you just want to echo that onto the side in kind of an identical sense. And then with that door added, you know, kind of just mirrored it identically, we've actually come to the end of our very first how-to video. And for my own sake, I'm just going to add in a nice amount of detail around here, you know, tree-wise. So, as if by magic, we have this mini little jungle biome, you know, surrounding the gate itself, you know, and that just helps add to my whole little setting we've got here. Now guys, this is obviously the first video in this series, and I'm only going to do it for the very highly demanded elements of my builds. But as well, I would love some constructive criticism. If you've got this far in this build, put in the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like, and then in the next episode I can obviously improve the way I do these videos. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'd love to see you there next time when I think we'll do the Jurassic Park Visitor Center template. So guys, I'll see you then, and goodbye.